Hello everyone, my name is Alana. Welcome to my channel. Before starting the video, please go ahead and hit the subscribe button and give this video a like. Up, even though Professor Proton's passing was a depressing moment in The Big Bang Theory, young Sheldon's disclosures about George Sr. in the spin-off made it even more heartbreaking. The Big Bang Theory was not typically as moving a series as its later spin-off Young Sheldon, because it was a generally humorous, laugh-track-supported hangout program. The later series always had more room for character drama because Young Sheldon is about a dysfunctional family, whereas The Big Bang Theory was about a bunch of pals. With its darker stories, such as Georgie getting Mandy pregnant and Mary's consequent excommunication from the church, Young Sheldon has lived up to this promise in recent seasons. The page narrative in Young Sheldon is the kind of dramatic, poignant tale that was rarely covered on The Big Bang Theory, albeit the previous popular show did have some heart-stopping moments. The death of Professor Proton, for instance, was a tragic event, but it wasn't any worse than when Amy broke up with Sheldon or when Penny and Leonard first split up. But with the show's disclosures, Young Sheldon made Professor Proton's death much more tragic. In the Proton Transmogrification, episode 22 of season 7 of The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon first appeared unconcerned at the passing of Arthur Jeffries, a childhood hero. But a previous Big Bang Theory episode previously demonstrated that Professor Proton mattered a lot to Sheldon as a child, as shown by his collection of autographs and a running joke that young Sheldon created years later. Sheldon ultimately expressed his sympathy to Leonard for the loss and acknowledged that he was also affected by Professor Proton's passing. Sheldon claimed that losing Professor Proton was as heartbreaking as losing his father and grandfather, two other influential people in Sheldon's life. It's a bit of a non sequitur in the original scenario from The Big Bang Theory. Did Sheldon admire his father after all? Every piece of evidence found since the character typically wrote off his late father as a drunken jerk and nothing more, The Big Bang Theory suggests that the answer is no. But given young Sheldon's background, the line makes more sense and is far more depressing. Young Sheldon added tragedy to George Sr.'s death by demonstrating that the character was a good, if flawed, everyman with a kind heart, rather than the thoughtless fool Sheldon eventually called him. George Sr. was a dedicated father and a selfless coworker who risked his career to support a friend in need, despite his heavy drinking and repeated attempts to cheat on Mary. He served as Sheldon's role model for healthy manhood in a number of ways. Something that, given the limited mentions of George Sr. on The Big Bang Theory, few viewers would have anticipated. While young Sheldon demonstrates that this is by no means a complete description, George Sr. is only ever described in that series as an alcoholic and a philanderer. But in the Proton Transmogrification, Sheldon's genuine emotions toward his father are revealed. George Sr. has consistently shown himself to be a more compassionate, caring father, husband, and father, while the real antagonist of young Sheldon has been revealed to be Pastor Jeff and his church, who persecuted the Cooper family for alleged moral transgressions worker than what TVV displayed. Even though the sentence in the Proton Transmogrification seems like a casual error in its original context, young Sheldon demonstrates that it makes sense for Sheldon to acknowledge that he looked up to his father. This reading might be refuted by the fact that Sheldon hardly ever mentioned his father as an inspiration or role model outside of this episode, but Sheldon's infrequent decision to embrace Leonard suggests he is being honest. The knowledge that, although Sheldon disparages his father throughout the remainder of The Big Bang Theory, he is not the only one responsible for this sad young Sheldon link, talking about his true feelings for the man. He may have never forgiven his father for his untimely death. He may be reiterating Mary's negative opinion of George Sr., or he may be upset over the unjust expectations he thought were placed on him as a child. In what may be the most poignant turn of the series, Young Sheldon demonstrates to viewers why the Big Bang Theory hero idolizes his father when he is able to access his. In an emotional twist that no one saw coming, young Sheldon has just uncovered one of the Big Bang Theory's most heartbreaking moments, leaving fans reeling from the emotional revelation. While young Sheldon has always been a charming and lighthearted prequel, focusing on Sheldon Cooper's awkward childhood, the latest episode took a surprising and deeply poignant turn. The show has now secretly explained a scene from The Big Bang Theory that had long been considered one of the saddest moments in television history. And when you see how it all ties together, your heart will never be the same. What was once a moment of confusion and unanswered questions is now an emotionally charged piece of the Big Bang Theory puzzle, revealing layers of heartbreak, family dynamics, and growth that fans never anticipated. For fans who have watched The Big Bang Theory, you know the moment we're talking about. The one that made you sit in stunned silence, tears welling up in your eyes. Yes, we're talking about the devastating scene in Season 12 when Sheldon says his emotional goodbye to Leonard, his best friend and roommate of many years. In the final season of The Big Bang Theory, Sheldon, who has always had difficulty expressing emotions, shares an incredibly touching moment with Leonard. The two have been through so much together, from their awkward beginnings to navigating life as friends, colleagues, and partners in crime. But in this scene, Sheldon's vulnerability is on full display. He delivers a simple yet emotionally charged line that has left fans heartbroken for years. "I think you're the greatest person I've ever met." It's a rare moment of raw emotion for Sheldon, and it's one of the most poignant scenes of the entire series. Fans were left wondering what led to this moment. Why was Sheldon so suddenly open about his feelings, especially with Leonard, who had always been there for him despite Sheldon's frequent emotional obliviousness? Why did it come so late in their friendship? For years, the answer remained elusive. But young Sheldon's latest episode has now revealed the untold backstory behind this heart-wrenching goodbye. And trust us, it's a game changer. In a surprising and emotional turn of events, young Sheldon has filled in the blanks, unveiling the powerful backstory that led to Sheldon's emotional revelation in The Big Bang Theory. In a recent episode, viewers were treated to a flashback that connects directly to that tear-jerking farewell moment. Young Sheldon has now revealed a crucial scene that answers why Sheldon's farewell to Leonard felt so profound. The episode in question features a flash forward to a moment in Sheldon's adolescence, where he experiences a moment of deep introspection. A pivotal conversation with his mother, Mary, sheds light on Sheldon's struggle to come to terms with the deep love and respect he has for Leonard, something he's always struggled to express. It turns out that Sheldon's difficulty with expressing his emotions had its roots in his childhood, and his relationship with Leonard was one of the few relationships where Sheldon could truly open up. This emotional turning point, which was hinted at but never fully explained in The Big Bang Theory, takes center stage in young Sheldon's latest episode, offering fans a bittersweet and much-needed answer to one of the show's most heartbreaking moments. As Sheldon struggles with his own emotions, young Sheldon dives into the impact of Leonard's unwavering friendship on Sheldon's life. The episode reveals a pivotal scene from Sheldon's teenage years, where he is forced to confront the importance of Leonard in his life, and how, over the years, Leonard became a pillar of stability for the genius who so often felt isolated from the world around him. But here's the kicker. It's Leonard's quiet, constant support throughout Sheldon's childhood that helped shape the man Sheldon would become. Young Sheldon subtly reveals that, even though Leonard wasn't always in Sheldon's direct line of sight, his presence had a profound impact on Sheldon's development. This realization comes to a head in young Sheldon's emotional flashback, when Sheldon finally acknowledges how deeply Leonard's friendship shaped him, emotionally, intellectually, and personally. This moment is not just a simple revelation about Sheldon's feelings. It's the emotional core of Sheldon's character arc. It paints the full picture of why Sheldon's goodbye to Leonard in The Big Bang Theory was so profound. This wasn't just a parting of friends. It was a culmination of years of unspoken gratitude, emotional growth, and the complex, beautiful friendship that took years to materialize. Following Sheldon's story since The Big Bang Theory will undoubtedly be moved by the reveal. The moment when Sheldon finally tells Leonard how much he means to him is no longer just a random line. It's the culmination of years of emotional buildup that began in Sheldon's childhood. For fans, it's impossible to ignore the significance of this scene now that we have the context from young Sheldon. Sheldon, who once struggled with even the simplest of social interactions, finally expresses the deep emotional connection he has with Leonard. And it's all because of Leonard's steady and unwavering support, which started long before the events of The Big Bang Theory. As one fan put it, seeing this flashback in young Sheldon makes that scene in The Big Bang Theory hit so much harder. It's not just a goodbye, it's Sheldon's way of saying, "You saved me. You made me who I am today." And that's something I never realized until now. What makes this revelation even more powerful is the way young Sheldon ties the emotional beats of the flashback directly to the events in The Big Bang Theory. The moment Sheldon confesses his admiration for Leonard in the final season of The Big Bang Theory now takes on new meaning, as viewers can see the long journey of growth and emotional development that led to that point. This isn't just a tribute to Leonard. It's a recognition of the influence Leonard had on Sheldon's life, even when Sheldon didn't fully understand or appreciate it. The episode in Young Sheldon paints a beautiful portrait of their friendship, showing how Leonard's presence in Sheldon's life was a constant force that, over time, helped Sheldon navigate the emotional complexities he so often struggled with. And for fans who followed The Big Bang Theory's entire run, this new context makes that final farewell between Leonard and Sheldon even more heartbreaking. What was once a fleeting moment of emotional vulnerability is now understood as the culmination of a lifelong friendship that had its ups and downs but ultimately became the most significant relationship in Sheldon's life. As soon as the latest Young Sheldon episode aired, fans took to social media to express their shock, sadness, and gratitude for the emotional depth the show has added to The Big Bang Theory's most emotional scene. The reveal left fans in tears, as many took to Twitter and Reddit to share how the moment had completely shifted their perception of Sheldon and Leonard's relationship. "Okay, young Sheldon just broke me. I always thought Sheldon's goodbye to Leonard was sad, but now I realize how much weight that moment actually carried. I'm crying so hard right now," one fan wrote. Others praised the show for its brilliant storytelling, noting how young Sheldon had managed to create such a deep emotional connection between fans and Sheldon's character. "I never realized how much I needed this backstory for Sheldon and Leonard's friendship. That goodbye in The Big Bang Theory just got 100x more emotional for me," another fan commented. With young Sheldon continuing to unfold Sheldon's childhood, this shocking reveal raises exciting possibilities for future storylines. Will the show explore more pivotal moments from Sheldon's teenage years that shape the man we see in The Big Bang Theory? What other emotional connections from Sheldon's past are still waiting to be revealed? For now, fans are left reflecting on the impact that young Sheldon has had on their understanding of The Big Bang Theory. The two shows are no longer just separate entities. They've become a deeply intertwined story of growth, friendship, and love, a journey that continues to tug at the heartstrings of viewers old and new. Young Sheldon has pulled off a brilliant, heart-wrenching twist that has changed the way we view one of The Big Bang Theory's most emotional scenes. By revealing the backstory behind Sheldon and Leonard's final goodbye, the show has given fans a deeper understanding of Sheldon's character and the profound impact Leonard had on his life. Thanks for watching this video. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel and stay with us.